Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. So the last few videos I have been playing around with some of these vinyl stickers. These are wine glass vinyl decal waterproof stickers. Now, a couple of videos back you would have seen I showed you these and I said, you know, turn that bell on and keep your eyes peeled. Today is the day. This is the Nutcracker tray video and oh my goodness me, when I tell you I am so in love with the results of this one, it is unreal. So again, these are Nutcracker wine glass vinyl decals. Guys, if you're in the USA, please read my description box. I'm going to put you onto something else because sadly these are not available in the USA and I'm so sorry about that. So again, these come ready-made. You just have to peel back the transfer tape and stick them on. So I went straight to my patrons. What colour do I do the background? And honestly, you guys, I need you so badly. I was like, I need to speak to my patrons and ask them what they think I should be doing in the background. I gave multiple different options and the majority chose black, guys. Black. I mean, how cool. It was a suggestion in the list, but the majority said, yeah, black, definitely. And a couple of patrons said, if you can get hold of some of the Hemway holographic black, that is going to be superbly perfect because the holographic comes with so many different colors in there. It's going to work with each and every one of your Nutcracker stickers. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I've got any. So then of course I'd forgotten I've got that huge box of multiple pots of Hemway glitter, and luckily there were 2 pots of the holographic black in there. So in today's video we are using the Apex resin from Just For You Online, and the large mould is from Moulds and Shapes. I did say that on the screen earlier. All of the details again down below. So I've mixed my resin for a solid 5 minutes, making sure that both parts A and B are combined. I have had my resin, my part A of my resin, sitting in a hot bath for a while because my room, I'm telling you, my craft room is freezing. I have an electric radiator that I plug in and then I sit my resin in a hot bath, just getting it ready for me to be able to use it. I put a lot of glitter in here. So if you're thinking, wow, Claire, that's a lot of glitter. If you're new here and you're thinking this woman puts too much glitter, I like a lot of glitter. When I'm using glitter, I have to pack it in. I literally have to pack it in. I want as much glitter in my resin as possible, you know? So I've put both of those little pots of the holographic, both of those went in. I also put in some of the Hemway black. So I've just plain jet black Hemway glitter. Now, I am a Hemway affiliate, so again, all of the details for your Hemway glitter will be down below. If you were with me, it's such a funny thing how the universe works. When I first started resin 5-6 years ago, Hemway reached out to me and I became a Hemway affiliate. 2 years later, they did away with their programs. You know, there were no more kind of partnership programs. And yeah, they're back doing partnership programs. And here I am working with them again, which is amazing because you guys know I have always sung the praises of Hemway, especially the red. Oh, God, mwah. The red is chef's kiss. So all we are doing here is filling this whole tray up with that glitter. Now it's just glitter, there's no pigments in here. I didn't add any black pigment, I didn't add any mica, there's nothing. It is pure 100% black holographic and black glitter. Now I'm gonna hit this with my torch, but do not touch the silicone mold, just go along the center with the torch. Now this is 24 hours later and it is perfection, absolute perfection. Sadly, my camera is not picking up the holographic, but trust me, you do get to see that. You do get to see the absolute magic of that holographic glitter. And despite me trying to shimmer it and get all of the light in there, my camera's not having any of it. Now, these stickers come with 4 nutcrackers all standing side by side. You could, if you wanted to, transfer them all as is. you don't have to cut them up. I was toying with the idea of just literally transferring them as they were on the sheet, but part of me wanted to pack more in. The gap between them was quite large, so I just felt like I only wanted 3 mil between each and every nutcracker. So I spent a little bit of time. This is where I need a tape measure. I definitely need to get myself a tape measure for my craft room. Measuring the tray was measuring at 35 centimeters across. So then I just worked out the center point, and I thought it might be easier if I use some masking tape to give me a line on which to work. I want these to be as straight as possible, and I used the masking tape along the bottom of the tray. Guys, this didn't last. This did not last long at all. I just thought, oh, that'd be a good idea, and then within 1 minute I was like, nope, not for me. I prefer eyeballing it. Now, eyeballing it is risky business. I think if I had thinner masking tape or spent the time, cutting this masking tape in half, it would have worked better, but it was just getting in my way at this point. So nutcracker number 1 has gone down in the center point, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't measure each and every nutcracker. I didn't look at the spaces, I didn't look at the gaps. I just went with it and hoped beyond hope that they would all fit in and I would get exactly what I want from this tray. Now, the fact that I didn't measure the gaps, I didn't spend time working out, it doesn't mean I don't care. Like, I know it might sound like I don't care anymore and I don't try anymore, but it doesn't mean that at all. It just is the way my brain works. I'm much more of a visual, eyeball it kind of person. Now, as for the line of nutcrackers, I'm lining them up via their shoes. They are all different heights. They are all completely different body shapes. We've got some skinnies and we've got some largers. So yeah, I didn't worry about the actual image itself. I just wanted to line them up by their feet. Didn't necessarily do this perfectly either, and that's okay. So here we are. We're lining them all up. Again, I'm eyeballing it at this point because, oh my goodness me, the masking tape was not the one. Now, what I did notice was that in between the arms, where the elbows touch the bodies, there were some pieces of vinyl that needed to be weeded out. They were pre-cut pieces of vinyl that just needed to be weeded out once transferred down. Now, this little nutcracker dude here, whilst he is absolutely gloriously fabulous, I don't leave him on the tray. He's the only nutcracker that really matched all the dark vibes. He was like black and grey in colour, so I decided that he's just not going to work on this tray and I want all of the colours, he's just going to stand out, and it might even look like there's a bit of a gap in the line because he was so matchy with the background. It just would not have worked. Now, as I'm going along, I am literally just lining up the feet, and you can see here the size difference between them all is quite amazing. Like, this pink guy with the big beard is double the size of the one next to him. So part of me was like, oh my gosh, is this gonna work out? Like, I really want as much as possible to have equal spaces either side of the tray without measuring to make sure that that can actually happen. And guys, it worked out absolutely perfectly. Honestly, I had 2 nutcrackers left, which you could then use in baubles or use anywhere else. Equally, if I started from left to right, I would have even got 1 more nutcracker in there, but I did really want one of them to be completely central to the tray. The other thing I would say, if you're going to try this, sort out your stickers by colour first, because you can see here I've gone in with making sure that there's a different colour next to each and every one as I've gone to the right hand side of the tray. When it came to doing the left hand side of the tray, I realised all I had left was 3 reds. So there's definitely room for improvement here. So I would, if I was to do this again, I would make sure that I had red, blue, pink, red, green, orange, red, so to make sure that those reds were equally dispersed throughout the tray equally. It doesn't really take away from the tray. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So once I'd done my top coat, it was time to really heat it up with the heat gun, making sure that I got rid of all the air bubbles. And then I covered it with a large Tupperware lid overnight, and I walked away. Now my craft room plunges freezing cold. It drops down to about 9 degrees overnight, so I keep my radiator on. When I'm doing top coating, my radiator in there stays on all night overnight at 22 degrees, just to make sure that I'm not getting any blush. But here is a close-up of these guys. They are so gorgeous. Again, if you're watching from the USA, check out the description box. CWV Artistry actually put me on to UV DTF stickers. They're much larger. They're used for tumblers and big cups. Similar kind of product and stunning imagery. Guys, in America, you can get loads of them. Sadly, we cannot find, I've got a few people looking, we cannot find these nutcrackers, and we cannot find the last few the stickers that I've used recently, and for that I am so sorry. It is so frustrating. This is 24 hours later. Actually, it's 48 hours later. I'm not going to lie. It's 48 hours later. I've brought it down into my kitchen. It is daylight. I just put the Christmas lights around it. Ooh. And I've put the torch on my phone whilst filming so that you can see the absolute magic of that holographic glitter. If this glitter does not scream 1991 or 1985, I do not know. I do not know what does. This is gorgeous. The finish, the end result, everything about this tray is stunning. What I did forget to mention in the video is when you're top coating, make sure you don't put too much in, because you still want it to be a tray. You just still want it to have a lip. And luckily we still have a lip. And I thought this would make the most perfect mince pie serving tray. Now, I don't know if mince pies are a thing in America. I don't think they are. But this is a beautiful, sweet-filled pastry casing pie, which is very popular at Christmas. And I mean, this tray just lends itself to a mince pie serving tray. I mean, it lends itself to a lot of things. But the ideas were floating around my head, if I got another set of these nutcrackers, what would I do? And I just think a giant clock. Can you imagine a clock with a nutcracker at each number? So like literally your 12, your 6, your 3 and your 9, and then a nutcracker for every number in between. I just think that would be absolutely gorgeous, like a proper Christmas nutcracker clock. Let me know if you've got these stickers and what you've done with them. Of course, they would work on everything. They would work on bookmarks because they're tall and skinny. They would work on baubles. They would work on coasters and everything in between. Even a bowl. If you have these bowl molds, I've recently made a few bowls on my channel. Fill that bowl with resin. Make your bowl, stick these to the outside. They would work a total dream. The possibilities are endless. But yes, I hope you have enjoyed this as much as I have and you feel inspired. And a big shout out and thank you to my patrons for all I always go with the majority vote on my Patreon page, and thank you all for voting black. Secretly deep down I was hoping that you would, because I've never really worked much with black resin, and I think it was the perfect choice. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.